Rudy Reuttiger became an inspiration to millions in the feature film about his life titled Rudy. His story continues to motivate people around the globe.
When people see the movie Rudy, they always come up to me and they say, "Rudy, that movie really motivated me." But you know what really motivated me was the accident, the workplace accident. I was floundering during that time. I didn't have a direction. I wasn't even enthusiastic about my job. But after that accident, my whole life changed in a very positive direction.
Rudy's story began in Joliet, Illinois, where he was born one of 14 children to blue-collar parents. Practically everyone in his town worked at the local power plant. Growing up, Rudy wanted to be a football player, but not just any football player. He wanted to play for Notre Dame, a dream shared by every boy in Rudy's hometown. Football was nearly a religion in Joliet, and playing for Notre Dame was the highest honor any kid or adult could think of. Rudy faced incredible obstacles in reaching his childhood dream. His grades were low, too low for Notre Dame. He was even called slow and stupid. Only later did Rudy find out he had the common learning disorder, dyslexia. On top of this, Rudy's family could not afford tuition for college.
I was not the typical football candidate for Notre Dame. You know, it was the dream that was the obstacle. The whole town was patterned to do one thing: go to work, come home to the factory. And, you know, it was discouraging with my friends. They discouraged me. My family discouraged me. They were more protective. But there was one guy who kept my dream alive. He encouraged me to dream big, even though it didn't look like it could happen. But he believed in me, and that's what kept me going.
Hello, sunshine. You gonna let me in on it, or are you just gonna keep spreading the joy?
Some people should just keep their mouths shut.
Some of us can't help but notice when another guy's got a bug up his...
I'm talking about Grady. He can't keep his trap closed.
You just noticed that? Look, everybody knows he's got an attitude problem.
He won't stop harping on me about playing for Notre Dame. You know what he said today?
About what?
People who think they're better than everyone else should remember where they came from.
Oh, come on, man. Don't listen to him. He's just mad at the world. He always has been.
What if he's right, though? Why should I think I'm any different? What makes me think I could play for Notre Dame?
Because you were meant to. Because you want it. Look, don't you be like me and the rest of us guys who have all these regrets about the things we didn't do with our lives. Rudy, life is too short. You take that from an old guy, okay?
After high school and a short time in the Navy, Rudy worked at the local power plant to earn money for Notre Dame. Meanwhile, he was receiving one rejection letter after another.
Hey, Curtis. You guys didn't lock out today. The last thing I need is you and Rudy on the injured list, you know what I mean?
Ah, come on, bud. I had that feeder fixed in 5 seconds.
I know. Just lock out, okay?
All right. Sure, you got it.
Guess Rudy was too busy daydreaming to lock out, huh?
Jeez. Grady, can you cut it out?
Hey, you know, I got stuff I want to do with my life, too, but playing for Notre Dame, come on, it's a pipe dream.
You know, back in those days, safety was not a big thing. We had a lot of old-timers at the plant who resisted what they thought was just safety jargon. Maybe they would wear a hard hat, maybe they wouldn't. And a lot of times the supervisors were the same way. Now, Curtis was an old-timer. He worked there over 20 years, so he had habits, some of them not so good. But what did we know?
Hey, Rudy!
What's up, Curtis?
Dream still there?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are you doing about it?
I just bought a car.
Yeah. Then sell it. Buy a bus ticket to South Bend. Come on, fellas, let's go.
When I think about it, Curtis must have done the same ritual over 5,000 times. Punch in, work the line, punch out. And people have a way of getting in the habit of doing what they've always done.
There he goes again.
I'll take out the mechanical.
We have mechanical failures every so often. No big deal. Standard procedure was to take it out both electrically and mechanically. It was my job to take out the mechanical, and I had to go to another building to do it. Curtis was supposed to take out the electrical. Instead, he would jump up on the conveyor to make the adjustment without locking out the system. The adjustment only took a few seconds. He did it this way 100 times. We took shortcuts wherever we could. We thought we were making our jobs easier, saving time.
The mechanical's done. Did you take out the electrical?
Nah, already fixed it.
Curtis was Rudy's mentor in a lot of ways, but Rudy had no idea just how much of an impact Curtis would make on his life. Until that day in 1972.
You ready, sport?
Yep.
Bud's got a bear of a day lined up. We better get started.
We become complacent because we take chances and we get away with it. And then it becomes that habit. And that's what basically happens in life, too. You can do a lot of different things you get away with, but that one day may not be the day you get away with it.
There's a problem with the feeder. I'll take out the mechanical.
I got this.
I got to him just before he went to the crusher. Only there was nothing I could do. His neck was broken and he was gone. I never felt so helpless in my life.
Curtis! Curtis!
If I had known what was going to happen that day, I would have stopped him. I would have told him it only takes one time. You might take a shortcut 100 times and nothing happens. But the one time... You know, it was an important lesson that day. It taught me that you should not wait for death to motivate you. Well, it's like Curtis used to say, live each day like it's your last. Have gratitude and have a good attitude about your moment. That I took to heart.
Trusting in God, we have prayed together for Curtis Brennan, and now we come to the last farewell. There is
My friend's death was a tragedy, but I turned his tragedy into a cause. When he died, I decided I was going to take control of my life. I was going to get my priorities straight.
Look, don't you be like me and the rest of us guys who have all these regrets about the things we didn't do with our lives.
I just bought a car.
Yeah. And sell it. Buy a bus ticket to South Bend.
Rudy, we were just talking about you. Grady wants season tickets when you make it to Notre Dame.
Yeah, I'll put him at the top of the list.
Ah, no, man. I want to be at the top of the list.
See you tomorrow.
Life is too short. You take that from an old guy, okay?
After years of blood, sweat, and tears, Rudy was finally accepted to Notre Dame. Half of his dream had come true. The other half when he made the practice squad. Now his goal was to play in a regular game. For 2 seasons, Rudy endured back-breaking practices, never once giving up hope. Still, he never suited up for a game. Finally, at the last game of Rudy's senior year, he got his one chance to wear a Notre Dame jersey. In the very last minutes of the game, the coach let Rudy play.
This was an incredible moment in my life. That's why I fought so hard to get the movie Rudy made. To show that people, through perseverance and hard work and doing the right stuff, does pay off. You only have one life to live. Make it count.